Look,
let's get into it. Let's get into it.
So, first of all, it's 2 weeks, barely 2 weeks into the new year, and you guys have given us so much.
There's
so much. Okay, let's start with Twitter.
Yeah.
There's this lady, let's call her Mama Z, that's what they call her. She tweeted that her husband had mentioned that his female co-worker had brought a spoon for him to share her lunch.
What kind of hungry-ass man is literally going to work and they know that, you know what, she brought a spoon because she knows you're going to beg her?
No, see, everybody's at fault here except Mama Z. Number one. Oh, and wait, and somebody said, before they snatched the husband you have, she said, oh, husband that I just got, please, oh. So, and that is what I think triggered a lot of Nigerians. Because some people...
I need to ask the guys. Guys, can they use food to snatch you?
Yes or no?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No. It depends.
Yeah. But this one...
Okay, but here's my thing.
This one.
Here's my thing. What I don't understand is this bringing spoon. Was it... See, there's so much to infer from this tweet.
So much to unpack.
You understand? Is it that they had been sharing the food since, and then she was like, you know what, I don't like this guy sharing my spoon. Let me bring a spoon for his longer throat self. Or that this Grobido guy, I know he's going to beg me. Or she was being mischievous by trying to reel him in. Anyway, cut long story short, people were, talking about it, dissecting this thing, it became a debate. And the next thing you know, people were like, wait a second. She had a pinned tweet, and it was, I think her Christmas wish was a fridge. She wanted a fridge that cost 88K or something like that. And people were like, wait a second. The man that you are afraid that they are going to snatch cannot even afford
any fridge.
It's a fridge, and their mattress was on the floor. That's what people were saying. You understand? And then it now became let's poor men breathe, and it became, and then it became this, these feminists have come again, this one, and then people now started to donate to this lady. I saw it happening. First 50K, first 100K, first 500K, then 1M, then 2M. Then the bank that she was using said they were going to match the money and then gave her 2M on top, bagam, 4M. But what I loved about it is...
That's what they're using your bank charges to do. Well, she definitely was the winner, but...
Congratulations, sir. But what made it funny for me was that people said, war against these feminists, then go choke on these tears. And it was almost like, to some people, they felt like the more that was donated to this woman, the more it was a jab at feminists.
Why is feminism or feminist, why is it such a bad word in this country?
Let me tell you what it is. I've realized something. I feel that there are certain mischievous elements, I'm not going to mention what gender they are, where they make certain words a slur. Because the word slay queen became a slur all of a sudden, thanks to some Nigerian
is now a
people.
Slur.
According to them, it's also a slur. Feminists, also a slur. I believe that it's the people that did not pay for your education that have caused this. Because why are these words now? It's like they're all slurs.
So I think, and I mentioned this the other day, I said that when I moved back to Lagos in 2009, and obviously all over the world there are issues, they're the men versus women issues and everything. But I have to be very honest, it's living in Lagos, living in Nigeria, that made me really realize that, oh my gosh, there's so many men that absolutely hate women.
Yeah.
Like, it's scary.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's scary, like, sometimes and then when this whole thing started, obviously there was like a lot of, feminist conversations, a lot of, feminism is bad, feminism is this and this. And I'm like, if you actually educate yourself and you look at what feminism is all about, it is not a bad thing unless you are somebody that believes that women should continuously be oppressed. They should literally just do the bidding of men. They should just be like, yes, sir. And
they shouldn't have rights to do
just
like men.
Because I believe my understanding of feminism is allowing a woman make her choice. So if Mama Z wants to wake up at 4:30 and it's something that she feels she wants to do, it's something that she likes doing, fine. Because I believe I am a feminist. I'm a feminist.
Anyway, let's move on. Speaking of ideology, speaking of religion, did you watch that documentary?
TB Joshua.
You have no idea of what I went through.
A lot of women were being abused by this man.
My view on religion changed a lot when I moved here.
How
because I just realized how powerful religion is.
Has a hold on people here.
Yes, it has a hold on people. And how religion is basically used to control people.
Absolutely.
There have been several things that I'm not like a Twitter activist. It's every now and then I just pop up my head and I'll just maybe say something or do something. But the times I've made comments about, religion, for me, not in a rude or disrespectful way, but I just don't believe that somebody that leads a church should be treated like a god.
Absolutely.
I believe that person is human. I believe that they make mistakes, and I believe that person is a human being. So if I do not agree with them, I am allowed to disagree with them.
You're allowed to give your opinion, especially as it's not disrespectful. But here's what happens. And you know what? It's all rooted down to poverty and a breakdown of society. See, if we live in a society... Wait, have you noticed that when you travel abroad, wherever it is in the world, in a place that is maybe considered a first world country, you don't see as much of a hold on people.
Yeah.
It's because things are not working the way they're supposed to. If things were in place, people would not hold on to religion so much. Do you understand?
This is something that always baffles me, right? You have these mega churches. These mega churches are, the ones that there's like a headquarters. They have like lots and lots of branches everywhere. What I don't understand is, I'm not going to mention the...
I already know which one.
I'm not going to mention the name of it because before you guys... Let me pause for a second. All of the people that are going to watch this and are going to say, oh, you're a demon, you're anybody that, if your bio says Jesus girl or Jesus baby and you're abusing somebody, guess what? You're the child of a devil.
But now but they're the ones that always spoil the most on social media now.
Anyways, so my thing is the mega churches, right? Why is it that, let's use Lekki for an example. Why is it that you can have this mega church, right? On maybe, let's say there are 2 streets. There's a branch here, there's a branch here. Why? Have you filled that first branch that was there? Have you filled it completely?
There's a branch upstairs, there's a branch downstairs, there's a branch next door.
It's a business.
A branch 2 doors away.
It's a business. That's what, and I think that's what I have a big issue with. I have realized now that I'm more spiritual than religious. I think religion there are just so many gray areas. And I think, especially, let's just be honest, especially like in Nigeria, I think, people that decide to be, religious leaders, quite often, a lot of them are doing it. It's a business.
This is 2024. After watching that documentary, I did a search and I came upon a tweet that I tweeted 2014. I said, I don't care what you say or whatever. I find TB Joshua creepy. That was 2014. And
what is it? Is it like his physical appearance or just the way?
That
beard set me off.
It's not the beard. It's not the beard. We've seen people with.
Can we say may he rest in peace, or do we not say that anymore?
I don't wish that. So
okay.
I'm just saying that, and it's not about the questionable facial hair. It's just more along the lines of...
You're a harlot.
I never met this person before, never watched this sermon, but just a few clips I would see, there was just something that was just not right. There was a vibe. I don't know what it was. I was just like, and this is 10 years ago, I was like,
the clips,
something ain't right.
So there were lots of clips of him in the documentary, and one thing, again, I can't say that I've seen every single clip on TB Joshua, but what was quite clear was that there was a certain way that he spoke about women that I was just like, I don't like this.
Oh yeah, it was
very much like you got a spirit of flirting. There was a part of the documentary where somebody said, I've been raped, and he's like, oh no, you weren't raped. She has a spirit of flirting. She has a spirit of, you're a harlot. We need to cast the spirit of, what is it?
He was always calling them temptresses, seductresses. Oh, you have a spirit of flirting. You're always looking for men for sex. Oh, he was always trying to... He even said, one of the disciples said, that he always felt like his own wife was always sent to tempt him. So women were temptresses if that's a word, or whatever. Well, you know what
I hope? Because a lot of people were saying, well, why did they bring this out now? He's dead, he can't defend himself, blah, 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 blah. I am hoping that this is not the only documentary that the BBC do about mega churches.
Absolutely.
There are lots of different mega churches. I'm not going to mention names.
It's not just mega churches. I saw some ridiculous takes saying,
religious organizations.
People were saying, it's just another way to bring another black man down. I was like, you really can't be this dumb.
That argument needs to be deaded, because for me that just doesn't even make sense, because when the whole thing happened with Diddy and everything, people were like, it's just another way to bring another black man down. And I'm just like, do you actually just think that every successful black man or every successful man is innocent?